Could we see a full-size Jeep Gladiator? Would you buy a full-size Jeep Gladiator? Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. So could we see a full-size Jeep Gladiator? Maybe the Jeep Gladiator XL, something bigger. You know, what got me thinking about this, just yesterday or recently, Toyota revealed the brand new redesigned full-size Toyota Tundra, and I have to admit, it was a bit underwhelming. It's been underwhelming the whole time, from them releasing things piecemeal over the last 2 or 3 months to them not having a big presentation, just a short commercial briefly showing the truck during a football game, to just lack of detail. It's just been underwhelming. The truck itself, I mean, it's new, it's got some new stuff in it, but so I got to thinking, hey, maybe it'd be a good time for another player in the full-size truck market. I think Toyota failed to fill their commitment or fill the void that's out there for maybe a number 3 or number 4 full-size truck. So why not a full-size Jeep Gladiator? Well, what would it be, first of all? You know what I would do, and what I think Toyota should have done with the Tundra, is just enhance the size of it. Engorge the Jeep Gladiator like Toyota should have done with their number 1 mid-size truck. They didn't. It has some styling cues, I think. I see some Tacoma in it, but not enough. So I think Jeep, Stabilus, should come out with a big, full-size Jeep Gladiator version. I would keep the same features, the same front end, all of that stuff, but just make everything proportionately larger. Now, you would have to raise it up a little bit, I think. Obviously, it's a full-size truck. Something else that Toyota seems to have failed to do. That truck looks almost squatty in a way to me. So they'd have to raise it up a bit, obviously lengthen it, and it would be wider. And I think it could be probably easily done. And I think as far as power, we have to talk about power. They've done such a fantastic job with the powertrain and the mesh between the transmission and the engine. I think they certainly could work wonders on a full size without going too crazy. Doesn't mean I don't want to see them go crazy. I'd love to see some big honking, super horsepower and torque engine in that truck. But they could come out with a small block V8, maybe give us about, somewhere between 4 1/4, 500 horsepower. Same thing in the torque range, somewhere between 4 1/4, 500 pound-feet of torque. And that truck would be a beast. Obviously, it would still need to be 4-wheel drive. I'm not sure if they really need to offer a 2-wheel drive version. I mean, it is a Jeep, right? So I don't think they should necessarily offer a 2-wheel. I think it should be all 4-wheel drive, plus to simplify production. We don't need 15 different lines. And it's easy to do with the Gladiator. You can have the different trim levels. You could have the Gladiator Rubicon XL, the Willys XL, all of the different trim lines that they currently have. Just throw an XL in there to denote the full-size truck, obviously. Now, what about the top? It's a Jeep. It has a top that comes off, all the doors and all that stuff. I think they could still do that with a full-size truck. Now, maybe they don't have to have everything come off, but wouldn't it be cool? And what I think of when I think of this idea, really, is the Hummer. For some reason, every time I see a Gladiator or my own Jeep Gladiator, it reminds me of the Hummer. And of course, the Hummer is a lot bigger, right? Now, there was a Hummer truck for a while, and I would kind of fashion the Jeep Gladiator XL after that a little bit, at least in size. I mean, it could be full size and still maintain the Jeep lineage, I think. There are some bigger Jeeps out there in the past, right? Even the older Jeep trucks, I think, were a little bit bigger. At least they appear to be that way in pictures. So the top, back to the top. You could have a hard top, you could have a soft top. You know, you might even go the way of what the Bronco used to be. You know, you'd remove everything from the windshield back, all hard top, all lifts off, and then you just have the windshield and the back part. The challenge there, of course, would be coming up with something that was lightweight enough that a single person could manipulate it. Maybe you could have 3 pieces, 2 Freedom top panels like the Jeep has right now, and then the back part that comes off. As far as the soft top goes, I think with something as big as what would be required for a full-size footprint, it would have to be some sort of an electric top. Maybe you could take Freedom panels off and then the back part of it would be electric. I don't think that would be too much to deal with. I mentioned the lift. It would be nice if it came with a factory lift. You know, we have the Mopar lift now. I think it's what, a 2-inch lift, 1.5 2 inch. I think it's 2 inch. That would be perfectly fine on a full-size truck to begin with. Bump it up in the air a little bit, put some 18-inch wheels on it, give us some, I don't know, 285, 70 R18s standard. Obviously, we could go bigger, put 35s on it, maybe even 37s. You know, there are those out there who would go with 40s, but that's an aftermarket thing. And the aftermarket, that's another thing to look at. You know, it would create a whole new line, if you will, for all the aftermarketers out there. But they, too, wouldn't have to go nuts with redesign. If this truck was based on, basically, the current Jeep Gladiator form and fit, they could just expand everything. Now, I don't think it's too much to ask. The hood and everything else, I think you have to maintain that. The grille with its slots, obviously you have to maintain that. The slots would just get a little bit bigger, and that would be conducive to more airflow for that V8 engine. I mean, everything just seems to jive and line up for me. It would increase the interior size of the Gladiator. That would give it that more open, airy feel of a full-size truck. I gotta be honest though, I don't find the current Jeep Gladiator to be confining as it is. I think it's because of maybe the square design, the higher roof, maybe less blind spots. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't feel confining to me to begin with. So anyway, I was just thinking, you know, could we see a full-size Jeep Gladiator? In releasing the Tundra, which to me, again, is a bit underwhelming, did they create another opening for a 4th full-size truck? I'd be curious to know what you think. Would you be interested in a full-size Jeep Gladiator? Leave a comment. Let me know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay curious out there. Bye.